Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the KeithAndrewNetwork. I am the one and only Keith Andrew, and you're watching, that's right, the KeithAndrewNetwork. Today is episode 702. That's right, 702. We are here live with upcoming professional actress Jesamine Katzman. It's a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. The one thing I will ask is your sound's pretty low. If you want to sit closer to the camera, the mic will pick you up more.
Is that better?
A little more.
Right here?
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
And don't worry, we can always edit that part out.
Okay.
Now, the next question. First question I want to ask you is, okay, I have to look at my script. First question, who influenced you to become a professional actress, and how many years have you been acting?
So I've been acting for around 10 years, maybe 11. And what influenced me to actually start doing it professionally was back when I was 4 years old. I was brought up on stage during a Boysen concert, and just kind of seeing the audience and everything. That was really cool, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this.
So you're a Boysen fan?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song by them?
Oh wait. Oh. You have to get back with me on that one. I don't know. There's so many good ones.
Well, every time I think of Boysen, and there's actually an Alice in Chains song called Boysen, but you're talking about the group Boysen.
Yeah, with Brett Michaels.
I realize two great groups. For me, I would say, well, actually, that's the next question I've got to ask you. You know, what music groups do you feel that influenced you? Like, for an example, I'm not a singer, but music groups that influenced me would be Rush, Iron Maiden, Halloween, Nightwish, Dragon Force, Journey, YouTube. You know, anything good. But what would you say for yourself?
I would say that I really kind of these alternative punk bands and everything. Kind of Set It Off, Get Scared, Paramore, kind of all those, and Def Leppard.
Well, a couple of groups I would recommend you listen to is one is Zebrahead. I can send you one of my favorite songs by them. Iron Maiden, of course. Having a brain fart. It's hard to trying to think without hurting myself. There's so many great bands, even bands, you know, from your parents' generation. You know, I don't know if they like the Moody Blues, the Grassroots, there's a couple other ones. There's one song named, I don't know who sings it, but it's the year 2525. I don't know who sings it, but I will definitely send that to you. It's a good song.
Yeah.
I'm just dating myself here. But the next question I want to ask you is, who inspired you and your wife, and why?
Okay, so I feel kind of a generic answer, but I feel my mom has inspired me a lot because she's just kind of always been there for me, and I just strive to make her proud of me and everything. And she's amazing. I love her so much.
No, absolutely. It's great to have a strong, positive role model in your life. Now, the next question I want to ask you, looking for something good, tell me about the proudest day of your life.
Oh goodness. I don't know. Okay, there was a time. Okay, so it was kind of a month or two back, and I was doing this kind of this whole singing week on my Instagram, and I was singing songs from Star Kid musicals and everything. And so there was one song that I did, and it's called Twisted, and it's from this musical Twisted. And the person that sang the song, they liked it, they liked the video, and I was so happy. It was the best moment ever. It was amazing.
No, absolutely. It's always good to make that impact. Now, here's a funny question for you, but it's also true in many cases. Are your friends reliable?
Oh,
Also, are your family members reliable?
um, my mom is definitely reliable. My dad is reliable as well. My friends, okay. So I have the close group of friends, and then I have the just people that I call my friends, but they're kind of more like acquaintances, I
Yeah.
guess. Like I talk with them, but I don't really usually hang out with them a lot. But the acquaintances, I know like a few of them that are very reliable, and they help me a lot with like schoolwork and everything. So they're going to be like in the close group of friends soon, like when everything gets settled. And then my close group of friends, they have a lot of stuff going on. So I wouldn't technically say they're like reliable, but most of the time when they don't have anything, they're very reliable.
I can actually write a book about people in my life who are more acquaintances than actual friends. It's pretty sad if you think about it. Now, the next acting question I want to ask you is of older roles, and don't mind me, it's when I don't do my interviews, it kind of throws me off. But the first thing I want to ask you, of older roles you have played in the past, what was your favorite?
Okay. I think my favorite one, even though it's not like kind of like I don't think my parents think this is my favorite, but it is. And I'm not sure if I can say the title of it because I'm not sure, but anyway, I was like this bully, and I was just calling this like girl like really rude names, and I get hit in the head with a lunch pail, and I loved it so much because I gotta have like the latex and everything, and it had like a huge gash on my forehead, and I just loved it.
Now, the next one I was going to ask you is, do you agree or disagree that honesty is the best policy?
It it really depends on like what lying wise what you're lying like for. Like if it's kind of like a white lie and it won't like affect anything, I don't see technically the problem in it. But it just like if it's like a white lie that like affects like kind of like the butterfly effect. If it affects like down the road and it's like huge consequences, maybe you shouldn't do that. But we don't know.
It's funny. I saw a quote from someone who I recommend, maybe you heard of him, George Collin. And one of his quotes online was, everyone likes your opinion, but until you're honest to them, you become an asshole.
Yeah.
Funny how that works. The next one I was going to ask you is, how did you successfully, okay, I'm butchering the word. How did you successfully interact with your teammates?
How do I successfully interact with my teammates?
Well, actually, don't ask me about a half person. What's rephrase that? You're on stage, you're acting, you're doing voiceovers. How do you successfully interact with that person?
Oh, okay. So how how I interact with like my other like castmates and everything is just kind of I take what they give me and I kind of like react to it and just give like an honest like answer back, but in the script, kind of like staying in like kind of the. I hope you get what I mean because I'm just blanking.
Don't worry, I have that effect on people. Okay, what about this one? With everyone that you worked with, think about a demanding director or professional or castmate. What made him or her so difficult?
I don't think I've had any difficult people. Oh wait, I remember now. Oh, okay. There's this what made them difficult, it's a teacher at my school. What made them difficult was that they would like kind of like maybe not to the point, but kind of like yell at us a lot. but then turn around and say, I'm doing it to help you guys get better. And I understand, like, constructive criticism, but when you're literally yelling at them that they're a mistake, I think that's a little too far.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
What about looking for something good? I have so many new questions, so it's kind of really hard to get into the rhythm. Why do you adore, let's see, Admire? How you pronounce that? Oh, admire.
Yeah.
Pardon my disability. I don't know. I can say it, but spelling's not one of my strong points. Why do you admire? Actually, I wrote these questions and I didn't really read half of them. Okay, it's supposed to be a word of wisdom. So with everyone, your mother, your father, why do you admire them and why? I know in the beginning you said, you know, they're a strong person in your life, but what else can you add to that?
Okay. I think I admire my mom because she is so strong. And like, not physically. Well, she is physically strong, but like emotionally, she's so strong. And I want to strive to be as strong as her when I'm older and everything and she helps people a lot because that's her job. And it makes me really happy because I know that she's helping so many people and that she's making not the whole world, but like kind of like this little town a little bit better.
No, I agree. What about looking for something that's very interesting? Oh, here's an interesting one. How do you make the world a better place?
Oh, okay. I think making the world a better place is just helping others and putting others before yourself and just doing the best you can to make everybody happy, but still being able to like not help yourself, but still being able to not damage yourself, I guess. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure.
You know, I actually just threw my script to the side. It's like, you know, I'm not a script person. I usually feel the energy of someone. I know you're full of energy, so I can just open up to you and just be myself. Other people, I'm like, okay, look at the script, read 1, 2, 3. But usually I size up the person and it's like, oh, if we have a good chemistry, there's great energy in there, then it's more natural talk. Because if you constantly look at the script, you're going to hesitate, and it's kind of like, you know, one of those things. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to ask you about social media. Can it make you or break you? And for our fans out there, our new thing on the KeithAndrewNetWork is every time we have a guest, if they're okay with it, every time there's a guest, they will do a special performance. Could be a circus act, could be a musical, it could be anything they want. So when we come back, I'm going to ask you about social media and give the remaining time over to you.
Hi guys, my name is Kat Johnston.
This is Donna Drake.
This is Kayleen.
Hi, my name is Kara Svuchek.
I'm Julia Brothers.
Jenna Curtis.
Hey, I'm Jenny Fine.
Hi, it's Mimi Chen.
Hi, my name is Ella Dorsch.
My name is Shauna Toft.
Hey guys, I'm Anastasia Edwards.
Hi, this is Jackie Nunez.
Actress Becky Hayes.
Hi, I'm Amelia Rose.
Hey there, I'm Saki Mieta.
Hey guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrews' show. He's doing a terrific job. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesomeness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 702. I'm here with Jesamine Katzman. Great pleasure having you as a guest. We're a couple minutes away from your special performance, where you're going to sing a song. But before we do, the last question I want to ask you is social media. Can social media make you or break you with everything that you accomplish in your life? You know, from your very first acting role, from having an agent, do you think it's because of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? Do these things dictate if those certain people work with you, and it's a good, and I mean, for an example, it's great because it gets yourself out there. But to work with an actual agent and get notice, how do you feel that it has dictated your career?
So how I feel like that for me getting like an agent and like first getting started, I didn't have any social media. It was only after I got going that I started making a social media. So I wouldn't say that it will make you, but I wouldn't say it would break you either. It's just kind of like it just depends on what it just kind of like depends on like how you use it. In my experience, it got me more out there after I started.
No, absolutely. Now, it's funny. I was just thinking about one of those questions. Why do you admire and why? So let me ask this in a different way. Why do you admire people and why? For an example, what about me that you admire and why?
What I admire is because kind of dedication to like what you're doing and kind of seeing how passionate people get over what they love doing and just how the work ethic and everything. And it's fun. Yeah, I like seeing how people work and kind of like I like just seeing people's emotions and seeing how when they get happy, just kind of seeing that happiness shine.
No, I feel the same way. It's always about making a great impression on someone because the day God forbid, but for an example, I want to say, now I'm like tripping over my own words. I want to do this until the day I die. That's how passionate I am. That's how much pride I do my show. That's why we've been doing this for 702 episodes. So this is great for my people skills. You make a new friend out of it. Or it's pretty much how I want to be remembered is giving people an opportunity. Now, I know for a fact you're going to get a whole crap load of opportunities down the road. But I take pride in the fact that if you really look back, even if it's a tiny little itty bitty thing, say, what was that one opportunity that you appreciate? At least you can point to me. It's like, I was interviewed by Keith, he wanted to make a statement, and that's all that matters, is being remembered for making a difference in somebody's life. It doesn't matter if it's, big, grand, and glamorous, but it's making that impact, that how you're always going to be remembered and how you always want to be remembered. Now, with that being said, I'm going to pass the show over to you with the last 9 minutes. It's a time for a special performance. Now, what is the song that you're going to perform for us?
So it is Dead Mom for Beetlejuice the musical. And it's a song that I just enjoy doing because it kind of like takes the factors of music that I like listening to and it kind of puts it into a musical, which I love.
You have a great voice. I see a bright future for you. While we're on the subject, is who do you admire your singing skills after? Is it Adele? Is it more like Beyonce? I was going to say Britney Spears, but she's okay. But out of all professional, and not even professional singers, you can look at orchestrated people, because if you can sing like that, you can actually do so many other things like voiceovers, because they said you need a strong throat and vocal cords to be a voice actor. So, hey, you can be a voiceover actor and you can be a personal singer. But the question I want to ask you is Beyonce, or orchestrated people, who has had the biggest impact that you try to marry yourself after?
I feel like that's Jeremy Jordan. I love Jeremy Jordan so much, and his like singing voice is so wonderful. And I just really like his voice is like beautiful, and it's like an angel's voice, and I just like strive to have like such a beautiful voice as him.
No, absolutely. Now, I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but wrapping up our interview segment, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn?
So my Instagram is JesamineKatzman_official, and you can find me on Facebook under just JesamineKatzman.
No, absolutely. And I did see that you have a Twitter, but you haven't used it since 2017.
No.
I mean, for personal reference, you know, you have to have your top 3, or in my case, your top 4. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. All the other stuff, if you have to pay for it, it's kind of not worth it. And YouTube, it's okay, top 5. But
I do have YouTube though.
what's your YouTube channel?
It's oh, I can't remember it now. That sucks. I think it's just you can find it under Jesamine Katzman as well.
Don't worry, it will be in the link with all your information.
Yeah.
And now the last question I want to ask you, wrapping up your interview segment. When I first approached you, I want you to be brutally honest. Even if it hurts my feelings, the more brutally honest you are, the better it is. So I guess I'm running for punishment. So when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your honest first reaction? What made you say yes? And after being a guest, would you recommend it to other people? And how do you feel now?
Alright, so my first reaction, it was I have really bad anxiety, so when people reach out to me, I get anxious. I'm like, what are they doing? What is it? And so that was just kind of my first reaction. I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then I looked at your page and I was like, oh, this is cool. And that's why I said yes, because it was really kind of like the interviews that you've done there. Like, I really liked them a lot. And I thought it would just be a fun experience, just kind of like being on there too. And I would recommend it for other people.
No, absolutely. Now, stay tuned. If we're off the air, do have a couple questions. But wrapping up, it was a real honor, privilege having you as a guest. And I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.